Flashback.
Yee, what's going on, guys? Breeloo here, and I'm going to be bringing you guys our regular commentary for you guys here today. A little bit about the gameplay. I do really well. Obviously retreat hardpoint. Using the Obsidian Steed, when do I not do good? But, yeah, as you guys can probably tell by the title, no more advanced supply drops, or I'm not going to buy any more advanced supply drops, something along those lines. And, as, you guys can probably deduct, I am not going to be buying any more advanced supply drops for Call of Duty. I've been sort of back and forth on the advanced supply drops, and sort of recently, just there's been a lot of factors, but it's sort of just finally just something clicked, and I just finally just realized that I just don't want to buy anymore. I don't want to support it. Pretty much. There are a couple factors. I did watch B Dobbins' video on advanced supply drops, and if you guys don't know who he is, you should definitely check him out. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. He's a pretty cool dude. He's definitely a lot better than me at commentaries. He doesn't stutter or mumble, or he actually gets his points across really well. He's very eloquent, has very good vocabulary and all that. And, is really well done videos and stuff. The only thing is his videos are a little bit long, and he does kind of repeat the same points over and over again, so those are kind of the only things. But other than that, he's really cool. And he made some really good points. I don't necessarily like the guy, but I'm not going to disagree with everything he says just because I don't like him too much, or I'm not just going to blindly agree with him, like what most people do. I have my own opinions on stuff. I listen to the pros and the cons of stuff, and then I make my own opinion on it, what I think it is. I don't just follow one way and don't consider the other option because that's not my point of view or something, right? So yeah, pretty much why am I not going to do any more advanced supply or buy any more advanced supply drops? Pretty much, it's gambling when it comes down to it. At the end of the day, I'm spending money to get something random. Randomly generated loot. I'm paying for something that I don't even know if I'm gonna get something in return. It's just random, right? So, I'm gonna pay $10 to get maybe one good thing, and not anything else. And I don't know, that kind of is, I don't know, and it's kind of expensive. It's what, $2.99 for a fucking advanced supply drop? That's kind of absurd. It should be 50 cents at least for one advanced supply drop. I don't know, because it's what, it's maybe $3.99 for a gun like the Ripper or something in Call of Duty Ghosts, so that's kind of insane in my opinion. And yeah, I also had a few things that kind of irked me about even before I watched the B Dobbins video, was that when the Advanced Warfare first came out, I remember Drifter, because I'm sub to Drifter. You guys don't know who he is. He's the in-depth guy, does all the weapon stats, the Bal 27 does so and so damage. It has 13 meters of range or some shit, right? He does the gun stats out of every single gun. He likes using weird and quirky guns and whatnot. And he kind of saw the advanced supply drop problem. He saw because they had the supply drops in the game already, right? Regular supply drops. And he's kind of okay, this could potentially become microtransaction or DLC, right? Paid DLC to get this, right? And he asked them oh, is this going to be in the game? And Sledgehammer was no, it's not. We're not putting this in the game, right? We had no plans for it. And then, but lo and behold, right? 6 months later, advanced supply drops appear out of nowhere, right? And they're in the game, and you can pay for them now. And yeah, that was kind of a first kind of scumbaggy move in my opinion for it. The second, yeah, and then after that, 2 months after that, they did the first free new guns that they put in the game, right? The STG-44, the Blunderbuss, and the SVO, right? They're free technically, but you have to unlock the base variant, you have to get a variant from a supply drop, right? Or advanced supply drop, right? And that's another scumbaggy move to me. That's like, okay, it's cool that they added this in, but it's like you have to sort of buy it, otherwise you're gonna like put in a lot of time just to get, you know, you're gonna either put in a lot of time or you can just shell in a lot of money right off the bat to get it, right? And yeah, those are the kind of things that kind of push me over and over the thing. And here's kind of more in-depth kind of reasons why, you know, I like some more kind of points and just kind of, you know, reasons why this is kind of like a scam, not a scam, but kind of like they're just, you know, Sledgehammer's just taking every penny off of this. Is that, in my opinion, from my experience too, is that you need at least $50 minimum to get something good. Because right, it's in like if you played Advanced Warfare, or if you've, you know, Output Supply Drops, right? If you played Advanced Warfare at all, you will know what I'm talking about. By you're paying to basically get a chance to get something good, right? Right? Like even if you have one Advanced Supply Drop, you're not guaranteed something that you want, right? I mean, I want the STG-44, the AK-47, and some optic gear loadout, right? That's like what, 3 or 4 stuff out of like 1,000 items that you can possibly get in the advanced supply drop, right? That's 1 or 2 things that you could maybe get, right? Like it's not, you're not even guaranteed it, as opposed to previous Call of Duties where, let's say the Ripper was like $3.99. Like you're like, right? Like you shell over $3 or $4 for that, you're gonna get it, right? There's no like, oh, maybe I'll get this, right? I hope I get this thing that I want, right? So, in that being said, you can pay out a lot more, right? Like I bet you, like there's no doubt, Sledgehammer's made a lot more money off of advanced supply drops than the actual game, than the actual Advanced Warfare game itself, right? Because, you know, like I spend what, $70 on Advanced Warfare. I'm not gonna go out and buy another Advanced Warfare unless my game breaks or my disc breaks or something, right? But I can buy like, you know, $50 advanced supply drops next week, and then the next week after that buy like $10 more. Then, you know, the next day buy $100, right? Like you can just keep coming back and buying more. And I don't know, it's $50. Like if you think about it, it's you're paying $50 to get like the STG-44. You're paying $50 to get one gun that you really want. As opposed to previous Call of Duty where you're paying like $2.99, $3.99 to get that gun that you want. So that's kind of scumbaggy too. Like it's just, you're paying like what, 15 times as much as you previously did. So I don't know about you, but that's kind of a ripoff in my opinion. Imagine if the Ripper in Call of Duty Ghosts was like fucking $50. Like nobody would pay for it, right? That's overpriced as hell. But they can kind of, but Sledgehammer can kind of get away with this with the kind of Advanced Warfare, you know, or advanced supply drop kind of setting that it's in. And you know, and also because you're not guaranteed anything, right? And you're paying $50, right? Yeah, you could argue that, okay, you know, you can get more than 1 or 2 things that you would want, or 1 or more 2 cool like elite or legendary stuff. Yeah, but right, like you're paying $50 for like these, like, you know, few cool items, but you basically you're paying $50 for like the same shit that you already own, right? Like I bet you, you know, like I've gotten the, you know, Nigerian armored loadout like at least 10 times. I have the Atlas Recon helmet at least 4 times. I have the, you know, whiteout gloves like 3 times, right? It's the same shit that I have, and I'm basically paying Sledgehammer to give it back to me, right? And like that's scumbaggy, right? Like they're basically selling you back the same stuff, and that is also like what Activision is really good at, in my opinion. Activision is really good at selling you. They've mastered the art of selling you the same shit that you already have, and basically putting like the most minimum amount of content into DLC and getting a lot of money back, right? Getting a lot of money, getting a lot of people to pay for it, basically. And when I talk about this, I'm not just talking about Advanced Warfare. I'm talking about Destiny too. You know, their other kind of flagship, kind of controversial title. You know, like and that has randomly generated loot in it as well, right? They basically put like really minimal amounts of content into like the expansions, and you're basically playing the same, like, to unlock new raids, to get better stuff and items. They basically make you play the same recycled content that you basically already played like a million times. Like, but yeah, right? Like they sort of mastered the whole like reselling the same content back to you that you already own, right? And putting like a minimum amount of like content and just stuff into the game with the most amount of like return on investment sort of thing. And I don't know, like, I sort of don't want to support that anymore, and it's just kind of bad. And back to more kind of Advanced Warfare kind of thing, like more strictly to Advanced Warfare, is that you could argue that, you know, you can get it in regular supply drops, right? Like, yeah, you can, and I do like how they did that. But if you think about it, you have to spend so much more time into regular supply drops, because okay, so they you know, like whoever did this, but they sort of figured out that to get a supply drop, you get it around every 45 minutes or so, right? I think it's like 30 minutes if you get the double or rapid supply time, whatever the fuck that does, right? So you know, you get it for every like 45 minutes, right? And that's one not advanced supply drop, but that's one supply drop. That is less than an advanced supply drop, right? You could probably only get even one thing from the supply drop, right? As opposed to the advanced supply drop, where you get like, you're guaranteed 3 things. You know, you're not even guaranteed 3 things in a regular supply drop. Just like the amount of time that you have to play to get regular supply drops is absurd, right? To get 5, you'd have to play, what, 45 times 5, you'd have to play, I gotta do some basic math here. You'd have to play like 50 something. No, you have to play like, what? Oh my god, you'd have to play like 5 hours or something, right? To basically get the same amount. And it's just like, you're not even guaranteed anything good either, right? And it's just like, you know, you don't even have chances for 3, right? You're only guaranteed maybe even 1 item on some supply drops. So it's so discouraging, and it just makes you more and more want to just shell all over the money and be like, you know what, I'm gonna save my time and just fork over the cash and, you know, save my time and just get a bunch of advanced supply drops, right? And that's a good sort of business model for, you know, Sledgehammer. For us, that's kind of, you know, it's cheap, right? It's like, wow, that is just not good. It's not good for us, the consumer, right? And we're basically just paying like a lot of money, and we're basically just getting screwed. We're basically just getting, you know, nickel and dime for every penny that we have. And that's another thing, right? Is that I make my own money. I didn't really care at first. I mean, you know, I still don't, because I don't really need the money all that much. It's nice to have money. I'm not saying I'd rather have money than not have money, but it's not like I 100% need it right now. You know, like I don't really have any expenses at the moment. So it's good. I definitely have a good foothold, but, you know, like, you know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, you know, I never bought an advanced supply drop kind of thing, and, you know, I'm perfect or whatever, right? Like, no, I spent like, you know, I spent at least, I think, $300+ on advanced supply drops. That's like, what, 4 or 5 times as much as I paid for the actual game itself for advanced supply drops. And I just don't really want to do that sort of thing anymore. Like, so yeah, from now on, I'm not going to spend any more money on advanced supply drops. Just gonna save it for something better, for, you know, for DLC that will actually give me something in return for my money spent, right? Because, you know, I work for my money. You know, $10, yeah, is I bet, you know, $10 might not seem like a lot, but you know, right? It might not seem like a lot, like it's just $10, right? But I had to go through 1 hour of working to get that, so you know, I'm not gonna be sending any more money and on advanced supply drops. And a part of me is sort of kind of sad, not sad, but part of me kind of like wishes I hadn't done that. Wish I had bought some advanced supply drops and then I had done this video. You know, like I wish I had kind of bought one more advanced supply drop. But after watching that video and sort of putting 2 and 2 together, that would just be sort of hypocritical of me and such, because you know, that would just be sort of hypocritical of me, and I just wouldn't feel good with myself after a while. And I do, you know, cause like, you know, I do play Advanced Warfare. I do have a lot of fun with it. I have been playing a little bit more Rocket League lately, but I do enjoy playing Advanced Warfare. And you know, I want the STG-44, the AK-47, and the optic, like, loadouts and stuff, like I said. And, you know, to save me a lot of time, it would be a lot easier just to shell out, you know, $10, shell out $50, and get it, right? Because, okay, so I play my PlayStation 4 account a lot more than my Xbox One, right? I spend, you know, I spend advanced supply drops on both. But on my PlayStation account, I play a lot more, like I said, right? Only just, like, I think last week, I've finally gotten one new free gun. It was like the Blunderbuss. I got a Blunderbuss variant, so I unlocked the Blunderbuss base gun. That was after they've been released for like at least a few weeks already, right? And that was after like at least like, you know, let's say after like 20 or so regular supply drops that, you know, I had to play like, you know, 2-3 hours plus just to get, right? So yeah, you know, like part of me sort of wishes that, you know, like that I, you know, because I do want those things, right? I want to play them. I do want to. I mean, I don't really care about looking all that good. I mean, it'd be nice to get the optic thing. I think it'd be awesome, but you know, like I think the guns would be cool. But at the end of the day, it just like, you know, it'd be just sort of hypocritical of me to do it, and I just don't agree with it anymore. I don't support it. You know, yeah, I just don't. It's just not. Yeah, I don't know. Just like part of me doesn't like it, like I said, because I want to get those things, but you know, it has to be done, sort of thing. And yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. I just decided to make this video just because it's sort of important, and I sort of wanted you guys to, I guess, not really waste your money that much on it. You know, just like save your money for like DLC that will actually get you something. And this game will sort of become irrelevant after, you know, in 2 to 3 months when Black Ops 3 comes out anyway, where you can make your own camos anyway, so that'd be cool. But yeah, I was sort of just, I don't know what this video was, sort of just an awareness sort of video. And I'm sorry that my videos are kind of long. I try to keep them short, but I end up just talking a lot and just blabbering along a lot about stuff, random ass stuff. And you know, if you want to buy, you know, if you want to buy advanced supply drops, you know, of course I can't stop you. That's your thing. You know, you can waste your money however you like. I just know that I'm not going to do it anymore. It kind of sucks, like I said, because I do want to get those things, but whatever. It's how it is. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this type of video, you know, comment on it. So, you know, of course, leave a like and all that. You know, helps me out a lot. And yeah, we'll see you all guys in the next video or whatever I make. And peace.